Hello, I welcome you on behalf of SAP Analytics. We are a company dedicated to provide analytical solutions to help our business partners with their data. For those who do not know us, we belong to the SAP Group, with more than 20 years of experience in the business intelligence, analytics, data science, and big data market in more than 32 countries, always accompanying our clients to achieve their objectives through the implementation of solutions with the highest quality standards, endorsed by our highly qualified and certified collaborators to give our clients successful implementations. The content of this webinar has been prepared with dedication for your enjoyment. Therefore, your microphone will remain silenced so that the speakers of this event can have a higher sound quality. If you have any questions, you can write them in the platform chat, and as we progress with the presentation, they will be answered. Make yourself comfortable. We're about to begin.
Thank you for the introduction, Anna, and welcome everyone to the Data in Action SAP Data Warehouse Cloud webinar. Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Cody Carlson with SAP Analytics. I'm an account executive and have been with SAP for almost coming up on a year now, and have been working with SAP and their data solutions for over 5 years. So looking forward to educating you on some new things with the solution. And also with me, I have Laura Patino, who's been working with BI and analytics for over 7 years. Laura, thank you for joining, and looking forward to having you present today.
Thank you, Cody, for your introduction, and hello everyone. Thank you for being here with us today.
Great. Thank you, Laura. So I guess next, before we get started into the actual demonstration, just quickly, we'll just give you an overview of what the Data Warehouse Cloud is with SAP's product-specific solution and just in general. So overall, Data Warehouse is a central repository of integrated data from one or more disparate sources. They report on data, they do data analysis, and is considered a core component of business intelligence. Basically, DWs, or data warehouses, were designed to eliminate the old siloed data structure of the past. So, back in the day, even some companies still currently, you'd be reporting in different business areas through different systems, and nothing was integrated, right? That's what a data warehouse cloud basically eliminates. Laura, if you want to go ahead and move to the next slide. So 2 things: when to use a data warehouse and when to use a data lake. So data lakes and data warehouses, they're both widely used for storing big data, but they're not interchangeable terms. So a data lake is a vast pool of raw data, and the purpose is not yet defined. With a data warehouse, the repository is structured, the data is filtered, and it's already been processed for a specific purpose. So with a data lake, the type of activities that you're doing is more data science driven or artificial intelligence driven, where a data warehouse, you're just trying to leverage, more typical business intelligence or analytics reporting type capabilities. So that's the difference between, I guess, those two. Laura, if you could move to the next, just what is the SAP Data Warehouse Cloud, right? So how does it marry this all together? The SAP Data Warehouse Cloud is basically a fast end-to-end, elastic, and collaborative data solution that unifies data and analytics in a multi-cloud solution. You're able to combine the powerful data management capabilities of SAP HANA with broad and advanced analytics of SAP Analytics Cloud for better decision-making and strategy. And today, to give you a specific use case and example of the value that the tool can bring, Laura is going to walk you through a demonstration. I guess, Laura, if you want to go ahead and take the reins, you can take it from here.
Yeah, sure. So for today's use case, we're proposing a solution for a manufacturing industry where the main objective is to extract the data that these companies take from different devices, as it would be an IoT device, but also combine this information with other data sources, like the information from quality processes from ERP systems. And this whole information will be combined using Data Warehouse Cloud. And finally, to have a layer to consume this information using a BI tool. So here is a roadmap for today's demo. So the first two things we're going to be seeing in the demo is how to set up some connections and how to work using spaces. So spaces are a functionality from DWC where you can define different access rules, access levels, you can have data governance. So those things we're going to see in our demo. And then I'm going to show you how you can create easily some pipelines and how a final view of that pipelines would be. And finally, we will have dashboard analysis or from that information I just told you before. And these whole things we're going to be seeing in our Data Warehouse Cloud. So I'll just stop sharing this presentation and just go through our demo. So just a second, I'll start sharing. I guess you're seeing now.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. So this is our landing page from SAP Data Warehouse Cloud. We can find two functionalities, data warehouse and analytics. And this landing page is completely customizable. In the sidebar, we can find the different functionalities. We go just straight to the space management, where we can find the spaces. So as I told you, spaces is this functionality where you can partition your information. You can create different areas, workspaces for your different areas, or if your company has different subsidiaries, so you can create a specific partition of the whole capacity of the data warehouse for that specific line of business use. So here we can see also these indicators that will describe the information that we're being using. So it tells you the temperature of the information, if it is cold or if it is hot. It depends on the recurrency of the use of that information. So that's pretty useful to know how to manage the whole data. So if you enter to the space, you will find different functionalities. So you will have general settings where you define the storage assignment, the total disk capacity you will assign to that specific space. You can define some statement limits. You can configure the database access. You can define different users. And here is where you can define your different governance rules. So it is pretty good for every company to have defined these different governance uses in order to democratize data. And in this last part over here, we can find connections. We can find local connections and open connectors from SAP. One good thing about this tool is that we find a bunch of different connectors, native connectors to different data sources, as it would be the most common sources that pretty much every company uses, as it would be information from AWS, Google Cloud Platform, Azure, our regular SQL database, Oracle, of course, the native connectors to different SAP systems. You can connect both on premises or cloud. And the configuration of these connections is really easy. For this example, we can find two connections I already set up. The connections are from on ERP, where we are taking the information from the transactional processes of the company, and another connection to S3 buckets in AWS, where information from IoT devices is stored. And there, that information that is raw is processed and so on. So now from here, we'll be extracting that information. Here I'm going to show you the different parameters you will need to configure to connect, in this case, to an S4HANA ERP. So you just set up those parameters over there, connect, and it is as simple as that. Now I'll just move on to our data builder functionality. Here we can find 5 different functionalities where we can create tables. We can have the graphical view, that is the functionality we'll be working today, where we can create a graphic pipeline and start integrating different data sources in a really easy way that even a business user can create. So it's not complex at all. You can also have SQL queries and create data flows that are the ETL processes. So now in this part over here, I'm going to start creating a small pipeline. There you select where you're going to be extracting information. In the sources slide, is where you extract your data. I already did it, so I now can find the tables in my repository. So this is as simple as drag and drop the tables, and they will start creating the flows. In this case, I selected information, as I told you, from IoT devices that are from S3 buckets, and the test quality that are information that is taken from an ERP. So as you just saw there, I created a join between those two tables, and in the details chart over there, I can select the different join types I can have in this tool. And also I have the mapping functionality, where I map the different records I want to join between those two tables. And after that, if you just are seeing in these different options there, I created a projection. This is a filter where it's showing me where each record and what table belongs. So if I just select these whole records over there, it is showing me that belongs to both tables. And I also can select if I want to exclude one of those records or columns over there. So for this case, we're going to use the whole information. And finally, it automatically created the view that is the table that finally will be consuming in the BI component that comes with the WC. In this case, I can also have a preview of the information I have in those different tables. So this is like a small pipeline I wanted to show you, but I would like to go to change the name of the view in order to be easy to recognize when we are consuming the information from the BI tool. I can also select the semantic usage of the information. As you're seeing there, when I changed the semantic usage, it is showing me an error. So it is also good to not make mistakes, and it will tell you exactly where you are wrong, and you can correct it easily just selecting another option. And then I just go there to that cloud and select deploy. It will just take a few seconds to deploy the process, and once it is finished, the information will be ready to be consumed. Okay, so now this is all about how you can create your pipelines. But I would like to show you another little bit more complex data flow. In this case is for production process. So in this case, as you can see, we have different data sources. We have information from an ERP. That information, we join it, and we created a function. In this function capability, we can change the data types of the information that is there, so you can start transforming your data. In this case, for value, I'm going to show you the different data types I have. So I will just change that from integer 64 to just integer, and you can validate your data and it will correct you if it's the case or if it's not. It is also showing you like alert, but it's not something that will be stopping your process. It's just something that it is suggesting. If that alert will be in red, it means that there is a problem and you need to correct them. But if it is in yellow, it's just a warning. I also created another filter, so I selected just the columns I wanted to include in my final model, and that information filter I joined it with information from other data sources. Those data sources were from a web service information that we downloaded, and it was like an input for this data flow. Finally, we joined that information. We create another function to change the data types, and finally we had another view. So it was all about the pipelines. Now I just go to the analytics functionality. This is embedded in the data warehouse cloud system, and now I will be creating a dashboard. So in this case, I just selected a form over here, and I will connect to my data source. This is SAP Analytics Cloud, as I told you, is embedded, and you can find different data sources over there as well. But in this case, I just connected to the data warehouse cloud pipeline we just created. And here I select the view I created, quality view. I just say okay. And I can start now creating different charts. So for this case, we just selected a measure. In this example, are real measures that were taken from the IoT devices and also combined with manual information workers recorded in the ERP. So as simple as that, I'm just seeing the measures during time. In this case, I'm going to select the real measures by essay name or type of test. We just that workers were doing while their operation were running. So one of the functionalities we can find in this BI tool is that we can start filtering the information, creating top 5 of information of top N information you want to visualize. In this case, I will just select different test types. So I want to see just the weight, the output temperature, the viscosity, and I can visualize that in that pie chart over there. So in this case, I just finished the whole dashboard. This is an easy one, but it's just an example of the kind of information you can visualize it and become from just tables and data you don't understand to information that you can consume in an easy way and have a 360 view of your business. So there I just created some filters. I can filter the whole dashboard by test name, and we can create lots of things more. But it was everything for this demo. So I'll just stop there and go back to our presentation. Okay, so we went through these all steps. I hope everything was clear, and you want to have this solution on your business soon. So just to sum up the information we just saw, some of the DWC benefits is that you can have dedicated virtual workspaces, you can define different roles, you can have a workspace for your different line of business. You can model your data and share it easily with different co-workers. As you saw, it is graphic, it is easy, you just need to drag and drop, so no code modeling tools it's required. We can also have pre-built business content. And finally, you can lower your TCO. So I guess, Cody, it is still one last thing you want to share with all of us.
Sure. Thank you, Laura. That was an awesome presentation of the solution. Just quickly, just for the audience to know, in addition to our capabilities with SAP Data Warehouse Cloud, we are a platinum partner of SAP and do focus on all things data-driven with SAP solutions. You can see on the screen our portfolio of what we can offer in terms of solutions within your business, or and also in terms of outside of SAP. We're also partnered with other BI solutions that can help you in terms of data visualization, hosting, whatever it might be. But that's enough about us. If you guys have any questions, we hope to see you in the Zoom link. Laura and I will be in there, and we're happy to discuss whatever it might be about the demo or other things you want to talk to us about. So we'll see you in a second. Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you. See you there. Bye.